Welcome to ETE MCQs. Now let us solve a problem based on Laplace transformation with ROC. We are given with x of s and we are supposed to find the inverse Laplace transformation. So to go ahead with the problem, we are given with, consider the Laplace transform x of s is equal to 2s e power minus 2s divided by s squared plus 4s plus 3. And the region of convergence, real part of s is less than minus 3. If it is less than minus 3, altogether the less than dominates, so which means that the single pole functions that corresponds to this x of s should be a left-sided sequence. Since you have a less than sign, this should correspond to a left-sided sequence. The inverse Laplace transformation is, we are given with 4 options and we are supposed to find out which one is correct. So before we go ahead with the problem, let us just make use of, since it is very clear that the inverse Laplace transformation will be based on a left-sided sequence, I'll just write the formula, basic Laplace transform formula pertaining to the same. So we have the Laplace transformation of minus e power minus at into u of minus t is equal to 1 by s plus a, and the respective region of convergence is real part of s, a, it is minus a. Since the pole is minus a, you will have a minus sign, and since the time domain sequence corresponds to a left-sided sequence, you should have a less than sign. Here you will have a less than sign. So this is your ROC, real part of s is less than minus a. Now this formula we are supposed to apply when you take the inverse Laplace transformation for this function. And it is clear that you have two poles, one at minus 1 and the other one at minus 3. So we will have the pole 0 plot will look like this, and the imaginary part of s, that is sigma and j omega. Real part of s is nothing but sigma. Sigma and j omega is also correct. So you have a pole at and at minus 3. You have a pole is represented by a x, a pole at minus 1 and minus 3. The overall ROC should be on the left hand side of minus 3. Left hand side of minus 3. The ROC should be, that is what I mean by the time domain sequence should be a left sided sequence. The ROC will be on the left hand side. It extends up to minus infinity. Okay. So that is why we are supposed to make use of this formula. This is your ROC, real part of s is less than minus a. So we are supposed to make use of this particular formula to compute to determine the inverse Laplace transform. X of s is equal to 2s e power minus 2s divided by s squared plus 4s plus 3. Now this can be completely written in terms of factors as x of s is equal to 2s e power minus 2s the whole divided by s plus 1 into s plus 3. You have a exponential factor over here. Okay, so let us just rewrite, or let us substitute. Let p of s is equal to 2s divided by s plus 1 into s plus 3, such that x of s is equal to e power minus 2s into p of s. We are supposed to find the inverse Laplace transformation of p of s first. Okay, and the same can be represented if you take inverse Laplace transform on this. You can notice that based on time shifting property, you can say that x of s becomes x of t, which is equal to e power minus 2s into p of s becomes p of t minus 2. This is what you mean by time shifting property. If you go from here to here, it is time shifting property. time shifting property of Laplace transform. So the point is, we are given with P of S. We need to find the inverse of P of S. Once you find the inverse of P of S, you will get P of t. And in P of t, you are supposed to replace t by t minus 2. If you do that, you will get x of t. That is what it states. That is why we are just rewriting it. This exponential factor is primarily being completely taken along with another signal P of S, so that you can apply time shifting property directly. Now let us go ahead, let us apply based on method of partial fraction. Let me take this as equation number 1, this one as equation number 2. So from 1 based on method of partial fraction, we have 2s divided by s plus 1 into s plus 3, which is equal to a divided by s plus 1 plus b divided by s plus 3. You just perform cross multiplication, and then you just cancel out the denominator. You will get 2s is equal to a into s plus 3 plus b into s plus 1. So we have 2s is equal to a into s plus 3 plus b into s plus 1. Now when you substitute s is equal to minus 1, you can find a, and when s is equal to minus 3, you can find b. S is equal to minus 1 in 3. We get 2 into minus 1 is equal to a into minus 1 plus 3 plus b into minus 1 plus 1. So this term becomes 0. So you get minus 2 is equal to a into 2, which implies a is equal to minus 1, which means that a is equal to minus 1. So a is minus 1. Similarly, when s is equal to minus 3 in 3, when s is equal to minus 3 in 3, we will end up with 2 into minus 3 is equal to a into minus 3 plus 3 plus b into minus 3 plus 1. So this term becomes 0. You have minus 6 is equal to minus 2b, which implies b is equal to 3. So now we have found out a and b, which has to be substituted in this partial fraction p of s. So in partial fraction, we will get, in the partial fraction, we get p of s is equal to a is minus 1 divided by s plus 1, and b is 3 plus 3 divided by s plus 3. Taking inverse Laplace transformation, it becomes p of t, which is equal to minus 1 into Laplace inverse of 1 by s plus 1 plus 3 into Laplace inverse of 1 by s plus 3. Now when you take the inverse Laplace transformation, you just make use of this formula, so that in the place of 1 by s plus a, we have 1 by s plus 1, and in the place of 1 by s plus 3, again we have 1 by s plus a. So taking the inverse Laplace transformation, we will get P of t is equal to minus 1 into 1 by s plus 1's inverse Laplace transformation is minus e power minus a is 1, so e power minus t into u of minus t. So this is the first inverse Laplace transformation plus 3 times Laplace inverse of 1 by s plus 3 is minus e power minus 3t into u of minus t. So finally we get P of t is equal to minus 1 into minus becomes plus, so you have e power minus t into u of minus t plus 3 into minus becomes minus 3 times e power minus 3t into u of minus t. So we have obtained P of t is equal to e power minus t into u of minus t minus 3 times e power minus 3t into u of minus. Let us take this as equation number 4. Okay, so substituting 4 and 2 or from 4 and 2, from 4 and 2, you can notice that we have obtained P of t and we have also got a relationship which states that x of t is nothing but P of t minus 2. So I am going to replace t by t minus 2 in equation number 4. We get x of t. We get x of t. So what we get finally is x of t is equal to P of t minus 2. Instead of P of t minus 2, I am replacing t by t minus 2, so that you get e power minus of t minus 2 into u of minus of t minus 2 minus 3 times e power minus 3 into t minus 2 into u of minus of t minus 2. So finally, x of t can be rewritten as e power minus of t minus 2 into u of minus t plus 2 minus 3 times e power minus 3 into t minus 2 into u of minus t plus 2. So this is what we get finally. So finally we have obtained x of t as x of t is equal to e power. So option D is correct. The respective Laplace transformation will have its region of convergence on the left hand side of minus 3, because these two corresponds to a left-sided sequence. This is a left-sided sequence as well as this is a left-sided sequence, both of which are left-sided sequence LSS. Thank you.